What is up? Coming to you live from Nostalgic Books and Comics in San Gabriel, California. This is Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. It's the Monday edition. It's the Suddenly It's Hot in California edition, and we're sweating our balls off edition.
It's kind of scary, right? Because like last week it was like in the 70s, 60s, you know.
Like when we had the East LA Cape, it was overcast and it was nice.
It looked like it was gonna rain.
It felt like rain, and the weekend before that, it was pouring rain. All of a sudden, heat. Some paranoid people might call that earthquake weather.
Yeah,
that's something that's always made me laugh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, earthquake weather. Oh no, gotta watch out.
It's coming.
Here comes the earthquake.
Yeah.
And to our audio listeners, we apologize. We have a fan going on. If it's gonna get picked up by the by the microphone, we're sorry. Facebook, you might not be affected by it. I'm not sure. We'll find out if either Ryan or Jai, if you guys can hear the fan, let us know.
Yeah.
We're not gonna turn it off.
Oh no.
It's warm in here.
Yeah, it's rather warm.
It is warm in here. But you know what else is hot right now?
No.
Video games.
Yeah.
I apologize when my fiance tunes in, because she's not real big on the video game. She's starting to warm up to it, but she's still not big into it. This is a big week.
Yeah.
If you've been following us on all our social media platforms, we are broadcasting here on Facebook Live. We have it audio available on all popular podcast apps. The YouTube channel, I've been breathing more life. Oh, Jai Potter confirms. We can't hear a fan. Awesome. At least our Facebook Live feed will not have a fan in it. I don't know. This blue microphone might pick it up. Who knows?
It might. Yeah, I think it's like.
I don't know, because I see right here on the Audacity, there's a little the little wave in the bottom.
There's no straight line when it's quiet.
There's no straight line. So maybe if I let's play with it a little bit there. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We just yes, Final Fantasy VII trailer. Yes, yes. That's literally right before we came on the air. I was watching the Square Enix. Square Enix was doing their press conference. Normally, Sony used to be doing the press because today and yesterday, this is E3 week. The Electronic Entertainment Expo is this week. This is the equivalent of Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con, but for video games.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's starting to become more and more like Comic-Con as I will get to go. Finally, I return to E3 thanks to our sponsor at Dusty Games, who I also happen to work for. I'm back in the industry,
Nice.
So I get to go. I got my badge. I picked up my badge yesterday as I posted on our Instagram, and now our Instagram is at DreGP Podcast. It's no longer. It's not mine anymore. It's everyone's. It used to be my personal Instagram, but it's public. So I said, Rosa's been telling me for a year, you should change it. Or I'm like, I should make a separate one for the podcast. I don't want my personal Instagram to be hijacked, but you know what? I'm too lazy to create a new one and build a whole new fan base. So if I lose anyone, then I lose them. Whatever. I've been promoting the podcast on it for the last year anyway. So Instagram, that is the same as our Twitter, as our Facebook, as our Twitch when that gets back up and running. At DreGP Podcast. That's 2 P's in the middle. It looks weird, but you know what? I made a life choice. DreGP Podcast. Geek Philosophy Podcast. I didn't want to do that entire thing.
Yeah, a little long.
DreGP Podcast. If you go to our YouTube page, it's not Dre. It's just you just search for Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast.
Yeah.
If you go to our Patreon, you're like, I'm going to hit this early. I'm going to hit it at the end. Support our Patreon. And if you can't support the Patreon, share this video. If you're watching right now, share the video with your friends. Share it. You don't have to give us money, but it'd be nice, so I can buy better equipment. I can buy better stuff through the show. I can. Apparently I can't take a tripod with me tomorrow. I learned. I saw there's a big list of things that you cannot bring with you to E3. I guess maybe the media is allowed. Official media. I'm going as industry.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have an industry badge. I can go in 3 hours before all the rubes and all the morons, because for the last 3 years they've been selling this gamer pass, which is basically making it more like Comic-Con. And I noticed in some videos I watched last year, a lot of places are just selling stuff now, which that was not the case. E3 was not a place where they sold things.
Yeah.
Like maybe if you went down the old Kintia Hall, like in the old days, there was like this. You had your big, look at all the cool games, and you go downstairs.
Yeah.
There's a smaller hall called Kintia Hall, and it was just like a regular, nondescript convention hall, and that's where you'd see all the cool shit. Like, is this a pickle? Yes or no? That was always one of my favorite Penny Arcade comics, so, like where they showed the things you'll find again. Like a lot of early VR was down there. A lot of like really like weird stuff, but also people selling shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I suspect I may have bought something from my current boss. Cause I think my current boss, he had, I think he had some tables down there, and they may or may not have been selling stuff when they weren't supposed to. And I think I bought something from my current back then future boss. So I'm like, oh shit! I was making a joke with him. You guys used to be in Kenty Hall, huh? I loved it. Downstairs, it was awesome. But yeah, there's been all kinds of announcements. So yesterday, Microsoft, they made their big announcement. They announced another Xbox is coming out. It's coming out 2020 next fall.
Yeah.
There's a Xbox coming out right now. It's called Project Scarlet. That's not the final name. Scarlet with 2 T's. That way, I guess maybe Brubaker can't sue.
Yeah.
That's a comic book joke. I'm still trying to work in everything here, but yeah, Project Scarlet. They announced a Halo game is going to come out with it. And so they showed a Halo trailer and made everybody's, made my goosebumps come out. Like, ooh, I happened to catch it yesterday. I've been watching it all on my phone. I guess that's the beauty of this modern era.
Yeah.
Where before, all this stuff would just be behind closed doors, and then you wouldn't find out about this until like months later in Electronic Gaming Monthly or Game Pro, where they like show things. Or you wouldn't get to see any of this stuff until like it showed up in stores. Maybe it showed up at a GameStop on a VHS tape. Or later on DVD. Yeah, I discovered that the Electronic Entertainment Expo has been going on since 1995.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
No.
Apparently, it was a big fuck you to the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. All the big manufacturers and software people, they used to go there, and they used to have a dedicated space. But apparently, they would be like put far in the back, or like one year they put them in a tent and it rained, and so like the Sega Genesis got literally rained on. Like Sega was bitching that their Genesis demo was ruined because it was raining on it, and people were too busy looking at all the porn because Consumer Electronics Show. Apparently there was a lot of pornographic representation back then.
Oh yeah.
And now they just have their own convention. Yeah. Apparently that was a thing back then. But then apparently a lot of the software people decided, fuck this, we're being treated poorly. We need to put together our own organization and do our own convention. And lo and behold, in 1995. The Electronic Entertainment Expo was created. It's been kind of like a big thing, but lately in years, as I'm sure we've talked about in the last couple of years, it's starting to become less and less prominent because who didn't have a press conference yesterday or today, and I guess I don't know if they're not going to make any announcements. Sony, the people who bring us the PlayStation, they're not going to be there.
Wow.
The press conference that happened right at 6 o'clock, that normally would have been Sony's time because everybody does their own thing. Sunday afternoon is Microsoft. Monday evening is Sony. Tuesday morning is Nintendo. And Sony's like, nah, we're out. No, it's no longer financially responsible for them. It's I guess my favorite phrase is that there's no return on investment for them to do the show. Like there's no reason for them because honestly they're probably not prepared to announce the PlayStation 5. They might do it on their own because they have their own kind of like little convention called the PlayStation Experience, which will happen probably sometime in August or September, and then they'll make their own. I think they're just gonna be like, we'll just take our ball and do it ourselves.
Later. Yeah, that's kind of been like the attitude of a lot of people nowadays. Like not just like in multiple industries.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like like Disney like pulling out of Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And
in fact, Warner Brothers isn't gonna. They're not gonna do it. Well, they're still gonna be at Comic-Con, but they're not gonna do the big presentation. They're gonna fly people like we were talking about last week. They're not flying people in. They're kind of just saying, with the advent of the internet, these conventions or these trade shows are kind of a thing of the past.
Yeah. No, it's true, and like you said, it's a bunch of different industries, man. You can even trace this back to like the streaming boom, where a lot of these companies were just like, "Oh fuck it, we'll just do it ourselves. Like we don't need." Yeah,
And as far as video games go, Nintendo was the first one to say, "Fuck it, we're not gonna freaking fly down." They still send representation, but they just do their press conference instead of paying for a space and doing the whole production. They just do it online.
Yeah,
it's already taped. It's in a can somewhere. I'm sorry. I was talking about. I'm such an old timey man. It's like, the real film is in a can. No, it's on a freaking hard drive somewhere.
Yeah.
They're gonna shoot it on the internet tomorrow at 9 in the morning, and everyone will watch it on their phones.
Yeah,
it's crazy pants. It's really interesting. how everything keeps changing. And then, of course, and here's my cheap plug. Be sure to stay tuned to Dre's Geek Philosophy on Facebook and YouTube as I bring you live coverage from the Electronic Expo tomorrow. And my plan, I'm going tomorrow for a few hours. I'm going to go Wednesday for a few hours, and I'm not going Thursday. And my big reason is I found because I have an industry badge, I get to go in early. The doors open at 11 for industry, and it opens at 2 for all the Gamer Pass people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to be out of there by 2 tomorrow.
No, that makes sense.
They get 3 hours. I guess the industry gets 3 hours to themselves. I don't know if they did this last year. I would imagine they did this last year or the year before. It was like, you still get to kind of experience E3 the way it was before. And then all the rubes come in. And Rosso was giving me shit. Weren't you one of those rubes before? I'm like, yes, I was. But I'm going there on official business now. Yeah, my boss, my boss at Dusty Games, I work for. He is going to be busy as fuck these next 3 days. Like he was showing me like his schedule. He has meetings all day. I was even joking with him, like working for my boss. I feel much more connected to the inside of the game industry than I did in those 7 years working for Nintendo.
Wow.
Which was kind of on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, my rep buddy Matt, who still works for Nintendo, he used to say, yeah, representatives, the job that I had, we were treated like mushrooms, which is very appropriate for Nintendo. But we were treated like mushrooms. We were kept in the dark and only fed shit.
Yeah.
Like there are many times where they literally fed us purposely wrong information to see how quickly it would leak. You flush it. I forgot what movie. You flush it down, see where it comes up. It's pretty nutty. But he was telling me some stuff in confidence today where I was like, ooh, I was waving my hand like a white woman, like a southern white woman. Oh, I do declare. Woo. It's like exciting things are coming. I love it. Stuff that I'm sure some of our viewers would probably relate. I'm not going to hit her dish because I told my boss, oh yeah, I know 95% of the stuff that he tells me. I'm like, whoop.
Yeah.
I cannot divulge, but I can intimate there's some cool shit coming, especially from one of my favorite companies. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. My boss is like, oh, you're gonna want to stick around. There's gonna be some cool stuff happening.
Right.
Yeah, it's much better than the doom and gloom we normally hear because something else has been happening lately. This whole right now there's a big push to digital. Everything is digital.
Yeah.
Google's coming out with their Stadia.
And is it Apple?
Apple's going to do their Apple gaming. But Stadia is going to be at E3. Yeah. And it's funny, a lot of these games that have been announced, like that Avengers, so there was an Avengers game that just got announced 45 minutes ago, maybe even less than, maybe even maybe an hour ago, that Avengers game was announced. And they're like, oh yeah, it comes out on PS4, comes out on Xbox One, comes out on Google Stadia, and comes out on PC. I'm like, all these major, everybody's in on that because all these publishers, they want digital only.
Yeah.
Because you keep all the money. They get the $60 directly instead of having to go through the middle people.
Yeah.
Like my boss. Or like any game distributor, or going through a Walmart or Target or Best Buy, whatever. They have a piece of the pie. I mean, you know this. You sell comic books.
Yeah.
Like if Marvel tried to sell shit on their own, but they can't. They don't have the infrastructure.
They have the infrastructure, and they don't have the customer service for it.
No, for a medium like comic books, it's very the distribution requires a large psychotic corporation that's just built entirely on logistics, and up until the recent history, video games was also in that same model where there was no internet, or there was poor internet, and got less poor or crappy internet.
Yeah.
And they couldn't stream. I guess the dream is to get people to stream. Just get a constant flow of money. Like people are doing with music or doing with movies. But I don't think it's going to work with video games.
Well, it's a lot more information.
So much more. So much information. Like a movie is a movie is just images flowing. Yeah. There isn't interaction. There's not it's not interactive. When you can move, you're changing things that happen on the screen with the press of a button. Yeah. And there's only so much you can preload, and of course on top of that, it's internet in America sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
So I've had friends who are like, oh yeah, the future is streaming in video games. I'm like, no.
I mean, unless they come out with something they could always be I always feel like there's always that thing in the works where it's like oh, this box makes your internet so much better. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
unless it's the freaking, and if you've never watched the freaking Silicon Valley, unless they come up with the freaking,
oh yeah, right.
my favorite scene,
Yeah.
like, they come up with the program that can shift data,
Yeah.
like jerking off two guys at the same time. Unless they can figure that out, which that's a fictional program that doesn't exist. I imagine. Unless that happens, I don't see any way that much
And you never
information
know,
get
though, because
processed.
and the other thing that's crazy is like you hear about things and you're just like, how long has that been in development? Like it just comes out of nowhere. Like they saw yesterday that Volkswagen's releasing like a new version of the bus, like the classic, but it's all electric, and it's like. How long was this been in development? You know,
Right? It's just I'm not sure.
you never know. I mean, I think that's the thing about the one thing about some of these expos is like you get always surprises. You know, like
Yeah, and I think a lot of that's a big thing about like any convention or this trade show. Like we get surprises, stuff that we don't know is coming.
yeah,
But it's funny. You reminded me of that. Apparently there was a dude on Twitter who apparently he had like some like super duper source.
yeah.
Like he was posting on Twitter stuff that was happening on the press conferences before the press conferences would start.
Oh, really?
He would just like list off everything they were going to announce, and then the dude was like 100%.
Wow.
And like he did that he did that yesterday to Microsoft. He did because other companies were doing like Ubisoft, and he was literally listing everything off. And then apparently that guy Nintendo got a hold of him.
No. They figured out who he was.
Yeah, Nintendo. Yeah, they figured out who he was. I mean, he was posting on Twitter. They found him through Twitter. I'm sure the Twitter gods were like, yes, here Nintendo, take him away. And they got a hold of this dude, and they're like, yeah, you're not going to do that to us, or else you're going to be like. Nintendo is never afraid to lawyer up.
Yeah.
Some of these other companies might not do shit, but man, do not ever fuck with the big gray N.
Yeah.
They have an entire legal department just ready to sue your ass. There's like cease and desist. Oh man, because there's people always trying to profit off their intellectual property, and they're on top of that shit. So the dude was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna leak shit," because Nintendo's lawyers contacted me, and then they emailed them and sent them a whole laundry list of things. Yeah, no,
Wow.
Don't even. It was like straight up like freaking grindhouse trailer. Don't give out the information of what Nintendo's gonna give out. Don't give out the Smash Bros. Characters gonna be announced tomorrow. Don't. It was like super intense. The guy posted on Twitter like, yeah, like he had actually put a screenshot of the email and then like he freaking took it down and he realized, oh yeah, that's pretty bad if I do that.
Yeah.
As he immediately like took it down. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, that's the point of all these surprises. Like, oh, they announced a game that we didn't know was coming out. Like one of the little companies that I really like. They're called limited run games. Mm-hmm. They're this little niche company they've created a brand of their own where they get licenses from companies to re-release games, but they only do like a 10,000 or 5,000. Like they only make so many copies of it, which a lot of these companies are comfortable with. Oh, because you're not really eating in sales, you're just doing a limited run. Or many times it would be a game that was available digital only.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of curmudgeons like me who want to own a physical copy of the game, like one that can be taken down via the internet. Like Minecraft has been experiencing that recently, or the Minecraft Telltale games.
Yeah.
So they did a whole like E3 presentation this morning, and they announced all kinds of crazy shit. There's all this stuff for Nintendo Switch. They only make games for Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PlayStation Vita. And then, because the PlayStation Vita that was like the portable PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that thing has been dead. As far as Sony has been concerned, it's been dead for like a year. But this company keeps cranking out games. And I asked my boss, I'm like, wait, like they announced 20 more games for this system. And he's like, yeah, they probably had those in development for years prior. Because you can make a game, but somebody has to make the cartridge. And Sony stopped making the cartridge. Like, apparently they had these in production well in advance, but because you're limited games, they've been kind of staggering the releases. Not sure about. But the other thing they announced this morning, which is going to get a lot of people very excited in the pants, they made a deal with the Lucasfilm Games. They're going to re-release a whole bunch of old Star Wars games from the PC, from the N64, from like PlayStation 2. And check this out. This is like I don't know how they convinced. They've been in partners with Nintendo for a little while. I guess they're gonna reproduce NES cartridges and Game Boy cartridges. The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When I saw that announcement, I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's really cool." I'm not sure if they're gonna get like N64 cartridges too, because that's like this game. There's a lot of these games that are like classic for like old people like us. Like the one I was like super excited for was like they were releasing TIE Fighter. That was like one of the first PC games I ever played. I had a whole freaking like when I got my graduation gift was a brand new computer. I was like, "Oh shit, fuck yeah!" And then they got me a freaking joystick.
Yeah.
I remember using the shit out of that joystick and playing TIE Fighter. I remember protecting Emperor Palpatine's freaking shuttle. I was using a shuttle. Like, this is fucking cool. I'm using a Tiberian shuttle. Because the whole game was like, you know, apparently little shuttles, like, you know, those are fucking tanks.
Yeah.
Fucking powerful. Yeah, just like stuff like that, like really, that's really cool. Like that, like those are cool. So that was a cool surprise. And thankfully, it wasn't spoiled by anyone. Like because I was talking to my boss. Oh wait, limited run. And I'm like, and I looked at it. And my boss already knew because he works with them. He talks to them. He helps them.
Yeah.
He helps them communicate. Get publishing. Because my boss knows a shitload of people. That's what I'm saying. I feel more connected now than ever. Something else cool that I saw got announced today. So I don't know if you've seen them at Walmart.
Yeah, those
little arcade.
Yeah,
those little arcade deals. Apparently, it was announced today, and they're going to be on the show floor tomorrow. There's going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
Yeah,
it's going to be 4 players.
Oh,
they're going to have the 4 joysticks and the button sets.
Yeah,
and it's going to have the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, and it's going to have Turtles in Time.
Nice.
Which that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then this might be something that might wet your whistle, Mr. Molini. There's a Marvel Superheroes one.
Is that which game is that?
So, there's going to be 3 games on it. So, there was a Marvel Superheroes fighting. So first there was X-Men Children of the Atom. You may remember this when we had it at Comic Galaxy.
That was like Street Fighter.
That was a Street Fighter game. And it's going to have that game. And the game that followed after that was Marvel Superheroes. That was the one where Thanos was the last boss. And then the whole game was like, Infinity! You get the Infinity Gems.
Yeah.
And if you manage to somehow get all of them, like, shit happens. And then they're also including the Punisher arcade game.
I remember that. Yeah.
So it's really cool shit, like Punisher, like Nick Fury, right? You're just mowing dudes down. Yeah. But the problem is like they're $300 for the Marvel one, and then $350 for the TMNT one. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, I was like, be still my heart. Oh my lord! Like, this is so cool.
I mean, it's not that bad considering.
Yeah, considering we should get one for the store and charge people court.
I mean, if they put out that X-Men one with all the players, I think I'd be down.
If they did like the 6-player X.
Yeah, I think I'd be up for that. I
saw that motherfucker, the 2 screens with the 6 controls, and they have it at 82, that bar, that barcade or whatever. I popped in the court. I had to do it.
Yeah.
I was Nightcrawler. I was like fucking shit up. I was like, jump kick. I was like, just like the Turtles game.
Yeah.
You're invincible with your jump kick game. Or at least you're relatively invincible. I don't think you actually were. Like, I'm sure fucking the Blob could just knock you out of the sky.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, I've seen those. Like I remember the first time I saw one of those was it was like a Facebook ad. And I was like, $300 for an arcade cabinet. What? Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? And I actually went to Walmart. I was like,
it's a tiny little thing.
Yeah, it's little.
Yeah, my boss has the Street Fighter one that has like the 3 different Street Fighter games in it. Yeah. And I was like, it's fucking cool. But I don't have anywhere where I could put that right now. That's not something that I can currently use.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not fiscally responsible for me to acquire such a thing. It's freaking. Like, the coolest thing, I read the reviews for some of the other ones. Like, it's build it yourself.
Yeah,
like, it comes flat. And some little LCD monitor or whatever. Like, you build it yourself. And I wouldn't mind doing that. I'm such a freaking dork. I'd love doing that. I like building one of those motherfuckers.
I mean, you probably can modify the crap out of it too.
I would imagine. I'm sure people who are like much more inclined for that kind of stuff would be like happy to do such a thing.
I feel at the very least you could put a better monitor or something. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's like this guy Mondo from Pixelball Games. He does that. He like modifies everything. He takes old Game Gears and Sega Nomads. He takes the screen out and he puts in a better one, and again improves them like that. So yeah, that was something I thought was really cool. Something else, which was pretty cool, is there's always been all these Lego games based on movies. And then my favorite has always been Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, going back to because that was kind of the first one, the first like Lego licensed game where like I remember when that game first came out, it just freaking took off. Like myself and if Jai Palder is still here watching, he and I were both working at GameStop at the same time when that first came out. I remember watching the gameplay. We used to GameStop used to sell them just like VHSs, and we had a monitor there that would just play trailers. And I remember I'm like, Lego stuff. This looks interesting. And it looked really cute. And then like, I remember like picking it up and buying it after like we sold out of it. Like the first run, I'm like, oh wow, we sold out of this Lego Star Wars game. And the funny thing is, it was based on the prequels.
Yeah.
And I remember I bought this game. Like this game is actually really fun. Like it's making fun of Star Wars, which was perfect for the prequels at the time. And then when the original trilogy came out, like a year or so later, they put out Star Wars, the original trilogy. Oh, my favorite thing is like they pantomimed everything. Like now all the recent Lego games, they put in voices. I think going from Lego Batman 2 onward, they put voices in all of them. But they pantomimed everything throughout the game. So when you got to Empire Strikes Back...
Oh, yeah, you showed me that, though.
I showed you that video. It's the coolest thing. They pantomime, "No, Luke, I am your father." And it's like, how do you do such a epic moment? Well, after the show, don't do it now. You go to YouTube and look up Lego Star Wars original trilogy, "I am your father." It's he cuts off his hand, and you see his little Lego hand go, "Ah!" And he's like... And then like Vader like looks at him, and he like he points at himself, points at him, and then he's like, "What?" And he pulls out a photo, and it's a photo of Anakin, Padme, and two babies and a baby, and he goes, points at himself, points at him, points to the photo, and then the little Lego Luke goes, "No!" and throws himself, and I thought that was the funniest shit. I was dead as a doornail. I was just that was. Oh, I love it. So today they announced they're going to do a compilation of the previous 6 plus The Force Awakens.
Oh wow!
And they're going to do the Last Jedi and
really
the Last Skywalker. It's called Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh wow!
All 9 movies. So obviously they're going to HD up the first 6, and then because the last one, The Force Awakens. I thought it was funny that they didn't. Do one for The Last Jedi. Yeah. But they decided, fuck it, we're just going to save it all. And do it all in one shot. Obviously, I think it's going to come out after the Last Skywalker.
I hope so.
Yeah, see right there, Jai Potter's Lego Star Wars is criminally underrated. Yeah, without Lego Star Wars, we wouldn't have this litany of Lego games, one after the other, which are all like ridiculous fun.
Movies and all that.
I think without those, we would have a Lego movie. But geez, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shot of Lego Batman 2. Like, even though they added the voices, it was really funny. I don't know if I ever showed you the cutscenes or if you watched them on the internet. It's so great. Like Robin is like, "Yay, it's Superman!" And like Lego Batman's like, "God damn it, I hate him so much." It really played up the adversarial friendship between Superman and Batman. And Superman's like, "Hey there, fellas, I saw you needed a hand." "No, we're perfectly fine." It was just some of the funniest stuff, and I'm just glad now. It's like there's gonna be Lego Star Wars, like all 6 games, and they showed at the end of the trailer. They had R2, they had like BB-8, and they had another droid. I don't know, there's like a droid.
Yeah, BB-8's getting like a little buddy or something. This new one,
like some little green droid. Like I think some sort of sidekick.
Yeah.
So I saw that came out. What else? Oh, the funniest thing, the internet is reacting very oddly to this. So the Nintendo Wii. So that came out in 2006.
Yeah.
That was my second year with Nintendo, back when I worked for them. I guess, remember the drinking game, everyone. Every time I mention I work for Nintendo, you take a drink. So, that's 13 years ago, my friend, that the Nintendo Wii came out. There is a new Wii game coming out, a game coming out being published for the Wii. Just Dance 2020. At this morning's Ubisoft press conference, they announced, all right, Just Dance 2020 is coming out for the PS4. It's coming out for the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out for the Xbox One. And it's also coming out for the Nintendo Wii. And the internet was like, what? People do not know. They have been publishing that game for the Wii every year. The Just Dance 2019 came out for the Wii last year.
Because of the controllers?
It's to quote my boss, it's the best way to play Just Dance.
Yeah. That makes
like
sense.
people like it on the Switch, or however you do it on the. I know Sam Zia does it on the PS4 with his kids.
Yeah,
we gotta get set up the little camera like we used to set up for our Twitch streams. But yeah, the Nintendo Wii will not die.
That's pretty funny.
Because I know from working at this game distributor, it's like, yeah, we sold, dude, last holiday, we sold like 5,000-6,000 copies of fucking Just Dance.
Oh, really?
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, we sold a fuckload of those. We sold more of that than we did a lot of other games. For the Wii, I saw that, I'm like, they're still making these? I was very astounded as being an ignorant person to that. I was like, what? They're still publishing? And then, yep, they're publishing 2020 because it sells.
Yeah.
It outsells the other versions. And then I saw a great graphic on Twitter a little while ago. If you're wondering why, and like it shows like the number of systems sold of all the Nintendo systems, and you see Wii 101 million sold. I'm like, that's why.
Yeah.
And then you see the one that came after the Wii U, 13 million. I was like, oof. I knew that was a disaster for them, but until that point, I was like, fuck, how do you go from selling 100 million to just 13?
Yeah.
That's poor marketing, poor everything. I apparently I got out while the getting was good. I missed some of the lean years at the big gray end. But yeah, Just Dance 2020, and of course, like my boss was like, I'm not shocked. Like we're gonna sell a shitload of those. We're gonna sell a fuck ton of those games. I'm like, yes we will, boss. Yes
funny.
we will.
That's funny.
It's just pretty funny. And I think the other big thing that came out, I believe it was this morning. Keanu Reeves.
No, it was yesterday.
Oh, was it yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. My bad. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
Apparently, Keanu is working on a video game.
Yeah.
The Cyberpunk game. And just Keanu's in everything.
Mm-hmm.
It just slowly dawned on me. I know, like, his star has risen very high. Like, he's reached even higher than the Matrix levels. Where like, John Wick has been such a big movie for him. And we're on the third one right now, Parabellum.
Which, you hear him talking. He talks about how he didn't even think the first one was going to work.
Yeah.
Like, he talks about, like, he thought, oh, it would be fun to do. And, like, he didn't think it was,
Yeah. I remember seeing the training video of him, like, shooting the shit out of things. He was training like he could look legit.
Yeah.
Like, he trained like crazy for that. But yeah, that's doing really good. Like, he's in this Netflix movie, like, he's surprising everyone, playing himself, and Always Be My Maybe. And, I did not know until some of my Disney friends, I also worked for Disney, take a drink. Some of my Disney friends who are working on press for Toy Story 4, he's doing a voice in that. Like, Keanu is everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, I made the joke to someone at work. It's like, oh yeah, he's just like, I mean, he's really fulfilled that whole Jesus thing. It's like, yeah, like Neo. I'm like, that's right, Neo was Jesus. Because you see, another meme I've seen is like when he takes photos of fans, he never touches them. He just stands behind them. Like, he's like, hey man, he's woke. He's on top of that shit. Yeah. He's ahead of the game. Yeah. he's playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers. He's like, oh, don't touch people, bro. Don't invade their space.
It's so fascinating too, because like he'll make these big movies, then he makes these like random small movies. Like last year, he had that movie where like his family had died.
Yeah,
and he brought back as robots or some shit.
That's right.
And that movie just kind of came and went. I don't remember what it was called.
I couldn't tell you. I would. You could give me $1 million. I'm like, I have no idea what that movie was. I remember the trailer. Yeah. It seemed pretty creepy.
And there was another one that I remember that I kind of wanted to see where it was like he was married and he had a kid, and then like his family left for the weekend, and these two women come in and seduce him, and then it's like they start blackmailing him, and it was like, what is this? Like,
the man likes doing work, and he does work. Yeah, he gets his work in, and he's just like, he's just freaking flying high right now. Between he's gonna big game announcement, and he's in Toy Story 4 and John Wick, and he's everywhere. I can't look at anywhere on the internet without seeing something Keanu Reeves, and you know what? I think that's excellent.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah, I just thought of that right now. I want you guys to know that.
I think that's an interesting, like, it makes you think that the internet makes everyone, like, you're in high school. You know, when you're in high school and something just becomes really popular, and sometimes you don't understand why, but it's just, that's what it is, and like,
Keanu is that.
Keanu is that.
Keanu is the hot thing again.
Like, he's been around forever. And like,
he has. Like, Bill and Ted happened when we were still, like, I still had hair.
Like, he's been around forever, and I don't think he's more popular than he is now.
Yeah, no, this is like peak Keanu right now. Like people would say maybe The Matrix, but like no, I think he's more popular now.
I think The Matrix
he's popular with everyone right now.
I think The Matrix started it. Like I think prior to The Matrix, he hadn't really been doing too much.
Yeah, because he was just freaking. Which one is he, Bill or Ted? Honestly, I don't know. I love that old movie, but I haven't rewatched it since it originally came out, so I couldn't tell you.
He's Bill.
Is he Bill? He's Bill S. Preston?
Yeah.
He was just Bill up until The Matrix. Yeah. And then when The Matrix came out, what the fuck is Bill doing in this weird movie? Holy shit, this is fucking cool. He's Neo. He's fucking shit up. And he kind of experienced a renaissance, and then like he did that weird samurai movie, and like...
Speed. He was in Speed.
He was in Speed! How could I forget? My brother watched that movie no less than 500 times.
And
we wore out a VHS copy of Speed back in the day.
And then he was smart enough not to come back for Speed 2.
Smart man. Freaking, good Sandy Bullock came back for the paycheck, but like Keanu's like, nah.
I'm good.
Point Break.
Yeah, it was important.
How can I forget? Point fucking Break.
What?
I am an FBI agent.
Yeah. The one that was tripped me up is he was in was it Bram Stoker's Dracula?
That's right.
And he was doing that really terrible like British accent.
No business.
Yeah.
He has so many surges of popularity because he was in a bunch of big movies then and then went away. Speed, went away. Matrix, hey, what's up? Yeah. And then Matrix 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of like been there.
Yeah, he's bouncing around.
He's been around.
Did you see that there's an internet campaign to get him to be the MCU Wolverine?
At this point, I don't see how it can't happen.
I mean, it's not a terrible.
It's not the worst idea. It's better than that Danny DeVito fucking idea. Fuck you, internet.
Or that, or was it Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe?
You heard about that? Like, there's this internet campaign to get Daniel Radcliffe because they're just like, oh, he's what Wolverine is depicted in the comic books. He's like the same height and like the whole thing.
No. He's like a tank, man.
Yeah.
5'8".
I think the problem is it's just Hugh Jackman kind of like people when they think Wolverine they think him now.
He's defined it. I mean, it's literally why the MCU had to kill Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Spoilers. God, if you don't know by now.
But yeah, there's a campaign to get Keanu to be Wolverine, and he wants to do it too. Apparently.
I mean, shit, he'll do everything. Yeah. He's not shy. I don't think the man can say no.
I mean,
if you give him a movie role, I'll do it.
Yeah. My only contention would be, you got to put him in the costume. He's got to be in the costume, right? Because we've had 18 years or whatever of Wolverine movies.
Wolverine,
and he's never been in the freaking costume.
No, not even close.
Yeah,
we've never gotten close. The best we've ever done was the X-Men '90s cartoon. Which that's something I want to bring up. What the fuck? Apparently, like there's
talks to bring it back.
Bring it back. Leave the memories alone.
Yeah.
I know I have a lot of friends who want this to happen. I know a lot of you. You have hope in your heart.
Yeah.
No, we don't need that to come back. It needs to stay in the 90s. Just hang on to your DVDs.
Well,
watch them, enjoy them.
No.
They were good.
Here's the thing. No.
But don't bring it back. It's
one of those things. No,
it'll be a Frankenstein monster.
Yeah.
No, please don't.
It's one of those things that it was good when you watched it back then.
It's bad now, right?
It's not great.
It can't be good now.
I mean, it's all right. It has its moments, but I've seen a couple episodes. Like a lot of people are pushing that, like the freaking Dark Phoenix version of the series that they did for that was the best interpretation. I watched it. Someone put up the 4 episodes. I was like, oh, this is not good.
You're talking about like B-level acting. It was like so terrible. I know it was. It's like I leave my memories alone. I cannot rewatch it. I think I managed to. I think I might have gotten copies of it because Disney was the one who distributed the DVDs when it came out, ironically, and I think I had taken home a few copies of it. I'm like, all right, I want these, cool, and like I may have like watched an episode. I'm like,
yeah, like it starts out pretty strong. Like the first 2 or 3 episodes, you could tell they really put a lot of money into that, and after that, it's kind of like it fell off. I mean, it has its moments, but yeah, it's weird. And then
I gotta leave that old cartoon alone. No,
and it was caught in that weird timeline when they couldn't use even all the X-Men characters. So like it's like, oh, here's Nightcrawler for a little bit, and like we they didn't have the rights or some bullshit.
Fräulein, I must go.
Yeah, right.
A lawyer is telling me I must leave. Bye bye, Fräulein. Yeah, because it was a very odd like team.
Yeah.
Like the team was just like Cyclops, Wolverine, Gambit, Rogue.
What was it? Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. Not Marvel Girl, no, just Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
With the ponytail.
Yeah.
they never had her hair out. She always had the freaking...
It stuck out of the back of her
It stuck out of the back of her cowl. And I was like, why doesn't she have the flowy hair like they always draw her in the comics?
Yeah.
So that was a weird, however old I was at that point, contention. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like she doesn't comics. Jubilee was on the team?
Jubilee, yeah, she was like the Puerto Rican character, right? She's like joined up. And
like, so all the kids, hey kids, look, there's a kid on the team. It's Jubilee.
Yeah.
You can experience the world through her eyes.
And then I remember like they would make a big deal though, and they would like, oh, they're fighting Alpha Flight this week, and they make a big deal about those like tie-in episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I forgot what. I think I was always very annoyed because I would always set my VCR to record it because for Saturday mornings, like, because I was a Saturday morning show.
Yeah.
My mom would like call me off somewhere. We're going to breakfast or we're going to go do something. We're going to go shop for groceries. I'm like, but I want to watch X-Men. I was so excited because at that point, the X-Men that was a pretty big deal back then. They sold 1 million copies of that comic book.
Yeah.
All the designs of the characters in that show were based off the Jim Lee design. All the Jim Lee redesigns that happened with that X-Men #1.
Mm-hmm.
And so very young me, I was so hyped. I wanted. No, it's on his shirt.
Yeah.
Like, all these designs are right there. It's basically almost a team. Because Beast was there, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't. Remember, like,
What happened to Beast?
so that whole opening thing when Morph dies,
Uh-huh.
and then Beast gets captured, and so the whole first season he's in jail,
Oh, really?
and they're constantly like,
That's right.
they're constantly visiting him, but like he's always in jail.
Oh my God. He's serving time for mutant kind.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I forgot. Yeah. I completely forgot about that. No, leave the memories alone, everyone.
Yeah.
We don't need a revival. Maybe if we made a, you know what? Go back. You know what? If you want to feel good about X-Men, go find X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Go watch that. That was good. And then
Sure.
you disappointed. And it was only like 1 season or 2 seasons.
I think it was. Did you ever watch Wolverine the X-Men?
Yes, I watched because I remember it was going away from Netflix, and I fucking binge watched that motherfucker. I'm like, that was really good.
Yeah.
I was like, that was some. If we can get more, I would like more of Wolverine and the X-Men, please.
The only thing that sucked about that was it clearly didn't know it was ending because it set up a sequel next season. You're like, oh man,
like 1 season of amazing. Like, whoa, this is really good for an animated show.
And you know, like you know why they had problems early on.
Why? It enlightened me. Yes,
I remember
our audience.
I remember reading about this, and I remember seeing it on YouTube. So basically, they created like an in-house sizzle reel that they weren't supposed to release, to the public, and they had put a Foo Fighters song on the sizzle reel, and someone put it on YouTube, and then it became a thing, and then it was a whole lawsuit thing where like I said Roswell Records or whatever, they was like, you can't do that, like
That's not allowed.
because the thing is the freaking that sizzle reel with the Foo Fighters song, it went viral.
Of course it did.
And people were like, "What is this show?"
I want more.
Yeah, and so it started off like they held on to it for a while because I think it got released in Canada first, before here for some reason.
Because that was after X-Men Evolution.
Yeah,
right?
and so it took a while for it to come to be released out here because it was like a whole legality thing. And it was just like, so they had problems from the get go, man.
Yeah. Oh man. Oof. I remember when I was like, that was the things I saw because I don't see those posts on the internet anymore. Like what's leaving Netflix or what's going anymore. I remember I saw like Wolverine and the X-Men. I'm like, I gotta watch it all. I gotta watch every episode of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was yeah. So I guess since we're talking about X-Men, I didn't watch it because I had I was busy. I don't want to say I had the good sense to not watch it. I probably, if I had a chance, I would have tried to watch it. I still need to watch Godzilla King of the Monsters, but. Pete Molina here watched X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
And apparently it did not do good. It was apparently the worst opening of any.
Yeah.
Even worse than X-Men Origins Wolverine. Even worse than X-Men. Well, I guess The Last Stand made the most movie out of it. Man, actually, X-Men The Last Stand, the winner of worst X-Men movie was the one that made the most money.
Yeah, but that made sense because you think about it. Cause,
It was at the height of X-Men popularity.
Yeah, it was like the third one. The first two did, were pretty cool and everything. But so it was interesting. I think I told you before. Like, I feel like there was a lot of stuff that was changed midway. There's a lot of stuff you're just like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's a little confusing.
Because you had poor Sansa Stark, Jean Grey.
Yeah, and the one thing I did really like about it a lot was the fact that like they spent a lot of time at the school. So Apocalypse took place like in the 80s.
Yep.
So this is like 10 years later. So there's a lot more students in the school.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cool, like if you really like pay attention and you're like, oh, it's so and so, and just random kids walking by. There's a cool like
there's little Easter eggs for people who are big comic nerds.
There's a big Dazzler thing, which is kind of cool.
Is she like singing in a concert?
Yeah.
Is there like a talent show and you see the Dazzler just shooting fucking fireworks everywhere while she's singing?
She's performing. She's in the jumpsuit and everything. It's fucking cool, man.
All right, I would have totally have loved to watch this on Hulu.
Yeah, like I was reading about how like it was a lot of stuff changed at the last minute because they said it was too close to Captain Marvel. I wasn't sure what they meant by that, but then when I read into it more, and we watched the movie, I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense.
They were supposed to have scrolls.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, I don't feel like we're spoiling it because no one's gonna watch it apparently.
It's pretty cool. Like, I mean, like I told you before, it's better than the Apocalypse movie.
Yeah,
it's
better than Last Stand.
It's better than Last Stand
because that's still like the winner in the club, the leader in the clubhouse as worst X-Men movie, I'm sure, followed by X-Men Origins and Wolverine. Yeah, both of which I will never watch unless we get a lot more Patreon. If we reach a certain number on the Patreon, I haven't decided what that number is. How much we're earning per month. I will sit and watch. I will live stream me watching X-Men: The Last Stand or X-Men Origins Wolverine. Oh God, I'm physically ill. I need water. But yeah, if we reach a certain number, I'll determine that number at some point. If we have enough income per month, I will sacrifice my eyes and watch those fucking terrible films and live stream them for you, our lovely audience.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. Like it was a lot. It was a lot more. The story was a little wonky, but I think that had a lot to do with the fact that they had to change things. It's interesting. Like they focus on a core like set of X-Men. Like so like there's that's one of my most annoying. The thing that annoys me the most about X-Men movies is they always show like, oh look, Katie Pryde's here and so and so's there, but they never use them. Like they never like they're just students that
like we spent however much money we needed to do the CG of that for a minute.
Yeah,
and
but then, I mean,
we had a Colossus like, oh, I'm Colossus for like a second.
It was part two.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is I feel like this was like the favor movie because I mean we already know they showed in the trailer like Jennifer Lawrence is in and out of the movie real quick.
She's done within 5 minutes. They did. Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah. If it wasn't obvious from the trailer, they killed Jennifer Lawrence like right away. Yeah. She showed up just to do enough to get her out of her contractually obligated.
Yeah. And then what was kind of disappointing too was like the most. I think in these last X-Men movies, the most popular was Quicksilver. Like they got rid of his ass quick too.
Goddamn.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, really?
That's unfortunate.
But it was cool. I mean, for what it is.
Are you saying it's undeserving of this bomb?
Yeah, but I think it's I don't know. I think a lot of people already had preconceived notions on it, and
like other movies where like if people go in thinking it's a bomb and they project it to be a bomb and it doesn't make enough money, that's a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like it was going to happen too because we ended up went to see Godzilla on Tuesday and then we bought the tickets for that Tuesday for 2 days later and there was plenty of seats. So I was like, oh boy, like I think when we went, it was pretty full, but I'm
glad you only paid $5 to see that. Oh my lord.
It was pretty full, but it wasn't. I don't think it was sold out. I don't think it was.
Wowzers. Well, unfortunate for Fox, but good for the MCU, I guess.
I got disappointed when we heard that there wasn't an after credits thing, and so we had left. And then I read somewhere later on they kind of did something where, so similar to Avengers, there was a little sound or whatever. Apparently, they played the cartoon. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Would it have been worth sitting through all those parts?
Probably not. No.
No, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But what's worth sitting through? Dre's Retro Game Minute. That's going to come to you every Friday or so. We do our 2-minute. I do a 2-minute recap of a game I find at work. And then all this week, I will be spending a few hours Tuesday and a few hours Wednesday at the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So please check on our Facebook page. Check our YouTube page. I'm going to be filming stuff there. I don't think I'll be able to go live because it's a convention. So it's going to probably be... My boss said the internet's not too bad there, but I'm not going to take any chances with live streaming and be like, hi, this is Dre here at the Electronic Expo. Yeah, I'm not going to take any chances to have that happen. So I think I'm just going to clear out some space on my memory here and just do a bunch of quick videos. I found out people like quick videos, like anything that's like 2-3 minutes. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to try to do get as many interviews as possible. Get it I don't know if I'm going to just grab game footage. I just want to just be silly and just find people who are doing media. I'm like, hi, can I borrow one of your people for like a minute and ask them a silly question about their game? Well, not necessarily silly, but no. It might turn out silly. I don't know. It's going to be fun. There'll be a lot of Dre's E3 minutes.
Nice.
I'm going to gather as much of those as possible. I'll be your live reporter at the Electronic Entertainment Expo. Thanks to our sponsor, at Dusty Games. Be sure to hit him up on Instagram, at Dusty Games, or on Facebook. If you're looking for an old game, find and contact him. He has a game list where he's selling games. And you'd be surprised the stuff that he has available on the list that we will ship out to you. Contact at Dusty Games. I believe there's an underscore, but search for Dusty Games on Facebook. Search it for Instagram. You'll find him. Yeah, his profile pic is a very rare Nintendo test unit. Ooh, if you like games, hit up Dusty Games. So, and as usual, make sure to follow us. Like I said earlier, our YouTube page, I'm putting up content every week. This episode, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to download it and shoot it right to our YouTube page. And then we have, like I said, I'm doing videos every week of Dre's Retro Game Minute. That's going up. We gained subscribers. We've gone from like no subscribers to like 8 subscribers. We're making progress here, and I'm hoping that this week at E3 will help us make more progress. You know what will help us progress? Donate to our Patreon. Find it. Look up Dre's Geek Philosophy on Patreon. If you want to support the show financially, you get exclusive content. I might put up some exclusive E3 videos on there, or some photos. There's all kinds of stuff that's going to go up on there. I might do some other game reviews of stuff that maybe I'm not supposed to put on the internet, but I'll put it up on the Patreon page. And if you don't want to, if you can't support financially, well, you can always support the show by sharing the show, liking the page. Just share it with your friends. Let people know, hey, you know what? There's a crazy bald guy and his bearded friend. They talk about all kinds of stuff on Monday nights. They talk about comic books on Wednesday nights. And there's all kinds of other content. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure our Instagram page, I'm putting up different photos of games as well, and whatever other fun stuff that I can find, posting it on our Instagram page. Everything is universal now across the board. At Dre GP Podcast. You'll find us on Instagram. You'll find us on Twitter. You'll find us on Facebook. You'll find us all over the place. And you can all find us on your favorite podcast apps, whether it's Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or even good old SoundCloud. You can find all the audio versions. If you just want to take me with you in your pocket and into your ears, into your AirPods or your Bluetooth speakers, you can listen to Dre whenever you feel like. Anything else we need to plug?
No.
Mr. Pete?
I think we're good.
We're good. Thank you for watching. We're here every Monday night. We're here every Wednesday night. Let us know. Talk to us. Follow us. Like, donate, or share. Contribute however much you'd like. Just help us out so we can keep coming back here every week and providing you some fun content. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. It's been Dre's Geek Philosophy. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.